Hey, how's it going, y'all? L Train Red Mama back at it again. It's been a little while, but we back at it now. We're gonna start this one off. This one's a kind of real sad show because it's about people in Surfside, friends, family of the victims that you know are no longer here with us, and they can't find another 100 or so are missing. So that's kind of a real sad situation, but Uh, your boy L Train in the mix, Red Mamba from the Florida area, so he knows a little bit about this area more than I do. But I just thought that it would be good to just it's probably we know that it's sad for the families that's still missing loved ones that's trapped. So we figure we dedicate this show and just send out our condolences to the loved ones. And, I know y'all going through a hard time, but we just want y'all to know that, Red Mamba and myself, got y'all in our prayers. And we wish everybody that's friends and family of the people that are still missing and the people that have been confirmed that's gone. Uh, we send y'all our condolences. Um, my whole thing, not being from Florida like Red Mamba is maybe Red can educate us a little bit on how this could have possibly happened. Like, how are they building these buildings in Florida? Not only that, it's just been reported earlier in the day that another building got evacuated because it's not structurally sound. So, have Red drop a little knowledge on how they actually build stuff down there.
Um, I know one thing, once again, it's and there's a lot of, I know one thing, there's a lot of sinkholes. And I mean, I think the area with the Surfside thing was an affluent area. There was a lot of money around that area. There's a lot of high paying engineers. That I don't know. To me, it's unfathomable that that building just collapsed like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thinking, my personal opinion, but that's just not natural. That's where the people they got a little bit of money, they living a little bit better. You just ain't these ain't just regular people. This is more of a nicer area in South Florida. And like I said, I'm from down there, so Fort Lauderdale, Fort Lottie Dottie. We likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. No. So nah, it hurt me, man, to see this my people hurting. This is y'all always see me wearing University of Miami. That's one of the reasons I love University of Miami. That's your own people. You support your own kids, your own youth. So to see my people hurting, you know, people I grew up with, I got my game, my slang. I mean, it just kind of hurts. So it just I don't like thinking about it. You know what I mean? I already had enough demons. And it's now I gotta think about my people, my kin. So it's like I don't know, man. I just pray for the people. I wish the best. I hope you find your loved ones and you find your grace and your solace. And I love y'all, and I'm always with y'all.
And the sad thing about this whole thing, though, Red, to be honest with you, is this happened in the middle of the night, man, when people are when they vulnerable. When you're sleeping, you're checked out, and now all of a sudden the building just goes, part of it at least. I don't think a lot of them people that did survive and got the hell out of that place, I don't think they're gonna be able to sleep at night for a while. I think that PTSD they gonna have is gonna probably be
It's damn near
through the
like
roof.
it's damn near a Final Destination movie. And I
Yeah,
mean,
because
it's sad. It's sad as hell. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
you wouldn't you not. you're not safe nowhere. It don't matter if you was on the top floor, the bottom floor, the floors in between. It was just a flat out mess where how that happened. I mean that building just one section came down, a couple seconds later, the other section came, and all like after midnight. And I mean, you can't even. It's like when y'all have hurricanes and stuff down there. You at least got a warning that that's coming. I mean, it's up to you if you want to go or stay or whatever. But these people didn't even have a warning. I know some people. We got reports coming out. Some people saying they heard loud noises, bangs, cracks, and I don't know. Obviously, they didn't really pay much attention to it. Why would they? Who thinks the building's gonna uh, come apart in the middle of the night? So I always have my own theory anyway. I don't want to live past the third floor just because of that reason. I always just kind of got a fear of them type of buildings. But
My uncle Jose used to live on one of them right near the beach, and it was like one of the real big ones in like downtown Miami. And I mean, because this was around the time he was yoked, he was weightlifting, he was like a bodybuilder, like doing all kinds of wild mess like that. So he was making good ass money. He was like president of one of these like gold
organization.
jammers. Yeah. So he was out there in one of those high rises, and he was on like the freaking 25th floor, man.
I mean, what I do like about them is obviously if you're moving in, even if you live on the 25th floor, you you are living in a elevator. You got an elevator in the building. I mean, so you can. Yeah, it ain't like you hauling stuff up 25 flights of stairs.
But you know what's the crazy thing about that, though? Think about moving in there. I remember helping them move in. You could only fit so much stuff on
Yeah.
that elevator. And think about it. In a building that big, there's always people coming in and out.
And they
So if they
probably
hit
got
that
about
button
two or
before
three
you,
elevators, though. They probably got a couple of
it's
elevators.
dicey. A lot of times they don't.
Well,
Sometimes they,
we know it ain't the hood because the hood would have had about 25 flights of stairs for you to climb.
it still was
So
greasy. I still remember going up flights of stairs with a elevator packed to the brim, and just to start unpacking it and then moving it again. I'm like, man, golly.
I think most people are a little courteous where they know the person on the 15th floor or the 28th floor is moving in. So I think people just kind of most people try to at least get out of your way or just kind of let you go up. But that's a little bit easier than trying to haul that stuff up all those flights of stairs because I think if that was the case, a lot of people would have probably hired like moving professionals and torture those people with that.
Man, a lot of them do.
But
We was too poor for that.
but
I'm sorry.
getting back to the seriousness of this, it literally looks like the bottom of that building collapsed, and now the reports are coming out today saying that or yesterday technically speaking that they evacuated another building and something about that building was structurally unsound and everybody was supposed to take whatever they were supposed to get. So I guess that was kind of close by the Surfside from the reports I heard. So that's gotta be straight up stressful when you find out that supposedly, according to some report, that was actually printed out in January, but everybody knew about the report today that the building is structurally unsound. I mean, that's got to mess with you mentally. And then you got to be told, they got police out there ushering people out of their buildings, and then you got to be told grab what you can grab and get the hell out of Dodge. That's messed up. So I don't know how that area, Surfside and the other building that got evacuated, how they gonna figure this all out. But man, that's just somebody's gonna have to answer for this disaster because my whole thing is why were these people living in a building that was structurally unsafe? And now obviously we know the condo association gonna hide behind their lawyers right now because obviously that's the only play
I'm
they can
not,
have.
I'm not gonna lie. Miami's a very corrupt city. It's a very, and it's corrupt in a multitude of aspects.
But
Like,
this is just wrong when you know that this building was messed up and you still let those people be there.
think about the bridge collapse. I think the FIU bridge collapse. They they found out, like, I don't know, the politician, he gave the money to like his nephew or something like that, and then they're the ones that had that built the bridge. Then somehow they got another $50 million grant through the Miami politics is so corrupt. Like,
And you from that area, Red, so you obviously know, I'm an outsider in that area, so I don't got the knowledge of your city,
yeah,
so
so
I can't speak on that.
they swept that up. They probably swept all them issues with that building on the bridge. Cause I heard it was something like millions of dollars in like repairs that was due on that building.
The building that just got evacuated yesterday out of nowhere, they said that report came down in January, and they just getting these people out now. That's messed up. And they knew in January that this other building is structurally unsafe. And that building is what, like, I don't know, at least 12 floors or more up in the air.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you know, we, I know, I think a lot of the, in this country, we expect everybody to do their job, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Red Mamba's the building instructor. I'm expecting that he's got our best interests in mind. If he's the building instructor and he knows that building is unsafe, I just don't understand why people are still staying there. It's July now, and this second building, they were saying that's been structurally unsound since January. I mean, it's been a couple months now since that report, and I know the building people had to get those reports. So it's just sad that something always tragic has to happen in order for a change to happen. Like we got to go through so much hurt, not just in this country, but it just seemed like a disaster has to happen in order for a change to happen, and I just can't comprehend that. This is just, I don't know if the people in Surfside knew that building was unsafe. I'm hearing there was all kinds of reports and complaints and this, that, and the other thing, and supposedly the condo association didn't do nothing about it. And the sad part is, ain't no amount of money in a lawsuit gonna bring any of these people back. So it's like people done lost their homes, they done lost everything that they done built, and ain't no check for X amount of millions of dollars ever gonna bring the loved ones back. So I just, I don't know about you, Red, but somebody needs to go to jail for this.
Somebody probably is. I don't know who it is. A lot of it sounds a little janky to me. I don't know what's going on. I got my own opinions, but I don't want to even delude I don't even know what I'm saying.
The building was built in the 80s, though, right? From what you know,
Yeah,
80s.
yeah.
So obviously that was
And
many moons ago.
think about how many hurricanes or something that building took.
Yeah.
You know,
But if to me, if we didn't build something, let's say for example, for the sake of this discussion, if we built a building in the 70s, fast forward to now, how is that building up to code now? They got to pass certain regulations to get it up to code, or was that building just, as you would say, swept under the rug and just grandfathered in?
no, I think a lot of things in Miami are swept on the rug. There's so many people paid off. I mean,
And look at what happens. The people skimming their money off the top in this payoff, if that's really what it is. And now you cost these other people and their families pain and suffering. So it's like, who really won in the payoffs other than the people that got the money in their pockets and in
I'm
their bank
saying
account?
Miami is just one of those wild international cities that like you see everything. Like you got like everything is just like it like to the extreme down there. We might not have like gang violence and stuff like that, like place like Chicago, but they have more like overall like wild ass crime, like extortion. I mean, I guess nah, Chicago's wrong reference to Chicago. They do all that shit too. But I'm just talking about like just the weird shit, like the tax evasion. Nah, I can't say that because
I mean, they got a little bit of everything. It's like a
I
melt.
guess
It's
maybe
like
the
a melt.
coastal shit,
Yeah, it's like a melting pot.
the coastal shit, like fucking
Drug peddling.
yeah, like how the Coast Guard and shit like that, and then we got literally real pirates with the Zopound. Shout out the Zopound. They 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 running shit down there. Motherfucking like that's the kind of shit like they just ain't got pirates and shit up here. They got real life motherfuckers that's throwing hooks on freighters and like the fucking Captain Phillips.
Oh,
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Like
yeah,
that's
they
they,
hijacking ships and
yeah.
stuff. But you know, when you see like different sites and stuff in Miami, you always see just that area, not just Miami, but just that area. You always see them high rise. You know, you always see that beachfront with the high rise apartment. And now it just gets me. And is any of them buildings safe to live in? I mean, is it time now to just say, you know what, f this and run like hell?
You know, one. I think Florida has always kind of been kind of in a scenario because it's floating. Florida is one of the few states that are floating because it's just out there. That's why there's so many sinkholes. That's why you hear about people's houses just falling in the ground because Florida is floating. So we was probably when they talk about all this mess about like the world coming in, they will always say Florida was going to be the first one to like break off or something like because it's already not fully. It's just maybe that's why the crazy people. You always hear about the wild Florida people. Maybe that's why, because they're just sitting there floating. But that's why there's a lot of sinkholes, and I never trusted that to put. They always said that's why you don't see so many, double-story houses in Florida. Usually got to have a lot of money to secure the structural shit to store a two-story house. So most of where you always see Florida like houses, even think about everybody think about the pork and beans and stuff like that in Miami. Why there's strips of little ass apartments is because all the sinkholes is a floating state. So I never trusted why the hell we had so many high rises.
Well, obviously they must have passed some sort of building inspection or building code in order to build that high rise, and
Mm.
like they did.
Or somebody got paid off.
And my whole thing is when you got a building that was built in like the 70s, 80s, early 90s, whatever, is all of that stuff now gets grandfathered if you got that building in the 70s or 80s? Is it like grandfathered now in 2021?
It has to be. All right, like I said, some
And they
yeah.
said that the reports are saying now that there's been a lot of complaints. And I gotta say, the whole purpose of this show was to, just have Red talk about just that area, the beachfront properties and just like Surfside, just like try to kind of gain an understanding of just how they building these buildings down there, and just to give our condolences to the loved ones because this whole thing. I'm not even from the Miami area, but just as an American citizen, this whole thing just frustrates me because if people knew this building was unsafe, how the hell are you gonna sit and let these people stay in there? And now we got kids passed away, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers passed away. Some 100 and something people still ain't been found, and we know as every minute ticks that the percentages of them getting found alive, especially a week or so into this, kind of according to the statistics, kind of go down. But it's just sad, and it just once again our condolences to the family, and it just kind of a a sad day in that area. And but we all know that Florida just got strong people, and that area they're gonna find a way to pick up the pieces. But this really gonna change a lot of people's lives forever, especially with them now evacuating another building today and people just grabbing what they can grab in their arms and running. So I don't know, something's going on. I don't know if it's a big sinkhole or what the hell it is, but when you getting told that a building is structurally unsafe and you living there with your family or whoever you living there with, and they've known this for months on end, that ain't right. That ain't right, and somebody needs to be held responsible for this. So that's all I got to say. I don't know what Red got to say to close this out.
I'm gonna stay positive, be with my people, salute them. Um,
Stay
I'm,
stay strong, Surfside.
yeah, stay strong. We got the holiday trying. Remember about this our independence coming up right here. Let's stay independent, Miami. I love you.
Kind of
Get
sad to
strong.
get pumped up for the fourth though
Yeah.
when you got this mess to deal with. It's just
So that's what I'm saying. Hold your heads high and try and get solace in what you can. Don't let it hold you down. Pick yourself up. I want you to mourn properly, but love yourself equally because y'all deserve it. Y'all done been through enough. I'm right here with y'all. I love y'all. Y'all the best. We the best. DJ Khaled, what's up? Another one. I wanna. I mean, man, I just want y'all to know I love y'all, man. I'm dead serious. I'm
staying strong.
yeah, University of Miami. Throw it up right here. The U. We're gonna take over the Dolphins, Miami Heat, Panthers, Marlins, Miami. Let's rally around Surfside.
Surfside strong.
Yeah, Surfside strong.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.